Danny Meehan, and Dr. Mason West.
Welcome into this episode of Bare Bones. As always, I am Dr. Mason West, and I'm joined by the prestigious Danny Meehan. Danny, how you doing?
Prestigious is doing a lot of work, Mason, but I'm good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. It is all built up to this. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. I know people are downplaying this draft, saying it's not a very good one. The talent isn't necessarily there, but you can still get some quality players here.
You can get some quality players, but it is a more each professional draft. Take what you need. Don't take necessarily things that you're searching for.
And don't worry, y'all. If you don't give a heck about the Bears, we're not going to just bore you with all that. We have information about every single player that's going to come out of this draft. And, of course, we're going to let the audio play for the actual draft itself.
Yep, we're going to let these picks roll through as Terry Crenshaw comes out waving his turn.
And to those of you who are listening from the live stream, turn that off, who are listening on the live stream here, excited for you to join us. Thank you so much. Sorry you could not be here, but we're excited that you're part of this still.
Yeah, we are very excited to have you guys, and it's definitely something that we've tried to do the past couple of years. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out again until this year. You always forget how long the theatrics take.
I forgot how long the intro was. This is absolutely crazy.
The theatrics are freaking ridiculous.
All right, but to those who are listening on the live stream, it should be exciting, right? It's weird to wait this long, or the amount of time we're gonna have to wait, I should say, Danny, because normally we're used to having like a pick immediately.
Yeah. Well, this is probably going to be the norm going forward if things work out the way they should between Caleb and Ben.
All right, the draft has officially begun. One of the worst kept secrets that's been going on basically since November, Danny, is who will be taken with this first overall pick.
Pretty sure it's Fernando. I've been wrong before.
This is my shot list. Now, discussing Fernando Mendoza. Give a couple thoughts, and I'm going to help these gentlemen with the raffle. What are your thoughts?
So raffle, it's your places. You get the first one free, then each additional one is this. So 6 gets you 20, 1 gets you 5, 1 for 17. Okay, we have a Colson Loveland jersey.
Yeah, no, it has to be like it is. Yeah.
I'll just say.
All right, that's a bold move. God, let's see if it pays off for him.
I mean, I like my odds.
That's all you.
Something big just happened at the draft line for pick 3.
Pick 3, I mean, what? I'm thinking it's going to be.
Arvo Reisman from plus like 300 to plus 12.
Yeah, because in theory it was going to be the edges. Now it's probably.
I wonder if Arvel's going number 2. I wonder if Arvel's going.
Who do you think picks going pick up?
All right, pick 2 Titans.
You can scan this.
I'm thinking. I was thinking Teddy Styles, but now it's like seeming like it's shifted around a little bit though.
I feel like what about you?
I think the Cardinals snagging a 3 at this point.
I think the Cardinals
are so bad.
They do.
I think the Cardinals are going to trade.
Sucky teams stay sucky sometimes.
Who do you think St. Cardinals take?
If the Browns can't move out of 6, it'll be the Browns. If they move, though, it might fall a little bit. How many is he doing?
He's doing his free 1 plus 1 more.
But they're trying to take it.
He said he's been
perfect. Okay. All right, there's your 2.
You've got
Do you want just 1? Yeah.
I think we do our first show.
Oh, yeah. I think Giants go down.
I don't know.
I think there's more options at 10. You can be a little flexible there. Versus if you do,
I think it all depends.
5 or something like that.
I think a lot of it hinges on what happens at number 2. If it's David Bailey, I think everything gets fucked up real fast. If they he is, but they also canceled his workout.
So The week before. So
The
did
week before.
did they cancel it because they were locked in on it, or they canceled it because we don't lose the time?
I mean, I feel like it's gotta be.
I like
think-
David Bailey. I think
so I think it's gonna go
Bailey
Beast at this
overall
point,
reasons.
and then Bailey. If the Cardinals can't trade out or they don't take them, Bailey might fall a little bit. The next couple teams don't really.
It's so funny because I'm at Mason will tell you, I'll tell you, you can do all the research and for this you ever want. And it,
I don't even know. Cousins is a one.
like you're a knowledgeable idiot.
Because he's essentially already getting paid by the Falcons. They can sign him for that, and then not really much of that is guaranteed. Basically, they can buy him in a year or two, and then most of that money's coming off the books. Yeah.
And then maybe kick Tooney
I
out.
feel like I don't like Toronto Tate.
Yeah.
Toronto Tate's in the ground.
Or is it Phoenix?
Stay in the Bucks State, right?
Bears allegedly really like me.
Yeah. It's fun. And then it helps my bet of Jordan Tyson to the Giants at 10.
Can anyone explain to me why?
That's my current pick.
They just milk the block incessantly.
Yeah,
It's
so
crazy.
is there feedback on this?
I'm an idiot.
All right, feeding off what we talked about a little bit earlier today, conversation around Mendoza is just kind of a guy. You know, this is a bad draft, not a great quarterback. I don't feel that way, do you?
It's fine. Like, the way I look at it is kind of like you're practicing yourself versus Kirk Cousins. We know that Kirk is really good, if not productive. But are you going to win because of him? No, I just think when you're in this situation, quarterbacks are always going to get elevated to a place they shouldn't be. Like you see now, we're talking about Drew Bledsoe. What did Drew Bledsoe equate to in 2026? Bledsoe had a great career, but who cares at this point?
Overall, you look at Mendoza. I mean, he's got good size, he's a good athlete, he's got good time and good velocity. Really, what you're looking at in terms of negatives is the fact that he played with a heavy RPO offense, so that might be hard to project going into the NFL. But other than that, I mean, I have him. No, he's not in the Drake May, Caleb Lane, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow. He's not in that category. But I mean, I have him graded essentially the same as Cam Ward.
Yeah, it's about the same way. Like, but I think Ward offers more on his platform, being able to create his own thing. Like, it's just a matter of what you're doing. I think that goes in the game. I think he's got a lot of stuff to play. Like, he's got a good setup, etc. But you're going to figure it out today.
I think the
I think this
location
is-
of this is giving us feedback. On
Yeah.
this.
I'm trying to figure out what to do. I mean, like, I don't want to cut the 53 people off.
Push that back. And that'll still pick us up, and we can probably say.
And we're all so surprised Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders with the first pick. Quarterback out of Indiana. I know there's a man sitting in the bar that's very excited about this news.
Does anyone else find it funny that they drafted Kirk Cousins being entered as
It's I'm picking one of the most boring, but let's be real, nice guys in Fernando Mendoza. And having him study under for a couple of weeks probably, I would imagine. I don't think Mendoza's starting right away. But one of the most boring, straight edge quarterbacks we've seen in the last decade is Kirk Cousins. That's the perfect combination for Las Vegas.
He's got to go home and turn up the war lesson.
All right, the Jets are on the clock. They have 5 minutes to go here. There's a lot of news surrounding the Jets this last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's interesting. They came to this meeting with Bailey last week. Now the perception is wasn't too big. Are they just so confident in the pick, or is it going to be something where it's now fitting to Reese and they're going to mess up everything? I think if they do stick with Bailey as something they think, that throws the whole draft really out into existing.
And the Jets are really interesting here, too. I mean, we talked about the Bailey stuff, we talked about the Reese stuff, but they have 2 picks in the first round. I picked 2 and pick 16. Then they come back at the end of the second round. So they have a lot that they can do. They have a lot of picks. I mean, they have 9 picks in this draft. If they really wanted to, they could move. They're going to stick it to pick it here. So they could move up or down from 16. They could try to move up from 33. So they can really get some interesting players. I'm not going to say high level, but interesting players for this team that's probably led by a soon-to-be fired Glenn, I still imagine.
So they really remember because it lost themselves. You know how good your coach is. They left a lot of question marks and not many answers coming into the season. Aside from we know the offensive line is productive. And for some reason they chose to keep the running back result, which makes no sense. They have nothing else going on.
So outside of edge, some other needs that the Jets have, they need a wide receiver. You can't just roll out there with Garrett Wolfman. You're going to need a quarterback at some point. Not saying it's this year, but you do need a quarterback. Geno Smith's only going to pass for so long. You need interior defensive line help. You need quarterback help. You need linebacker help.
They need a lot of help, and I think the idea of them training back into the first round, or taking something at the top of round 2, is a bit short-sighted. Because all it takes is them playing well enough. And you're talking about not taking a quarterback in another next class, and not another draft class in general next year. So I just don't understand why you would do that to yourself. Just ride the team and not a chance of it. You have to war test the picks at your disposal.
And there's that whole Ty Simpson conversation is just silly to me at this point. I don't care if you're the Jets. I don't care if you're the Cardinals. I don't understand when you're them why you would entertain taking Ty Simpson in the first round or second round for that matter. When the goal should just be to honestly be fairly not good and try to get one of the quarterbacks that I do expect to be better next year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just really interested in
My money is on Reese.
I would take that. I want to see them take David Bailey to the house. Just to see what
People are gonna probably show it. More people are coming. I know, but I don't see what's happening.
And as a reminder, we will do our first drawing of some raffle items at 7:30 in 13 minutes. If you haven't already, come up and get your free ticket. Everyone gets one. Might as well. All you have to do is pick walk up here. If you want more tickets, come on up. You can get some more for a pretty nominal fee. All right, so you just want one thing, you want more? So there's a variety of things you can get. You can get a Folsom Loveland jersey. You can get some Cheese Trader hats. You can get a. The first raffle we're gonna do is probably the Cheese Trader hats, and we're gonna do a flare gun.
Okay. I guess I'll just take the one.
Take the one.
Why are you dogging on that elbow like that?
I said I think he's gonna be like a solid, maybe he'll be fine. David Bailey.
Of course, the chaos now ensued. David Bailey off the board.
So this will be very interesting. So this was mentioned, right? Jets canceled the David Bailey workout. They did bring him to the top 30. Clearly, it was essentially, we know we're going to take you. We don't want to waste your time putting up air quotes. I would have brought him in still. I mean, just to talk to the GM, talk to the coaches. You can start doing some whiteboard stuff. There's multiple things you can still do.
It definitely is. The thing with he is not the defender. He is much more of a pass rusher, pass rushing specialist. Danny Meehan, good. Danny Meehan, good athleticism, not great athleticism, but he's not going to do much against the run. So it makes you wonder if the Jets plan to but good pick nonetheless. I just think they should let the chaos break now that Bailey was the numbers.
I mean, he's your prototypical type, right? I mean, he's 6'3", 250 pounds. He's a long strider, strong hips. Packers are always so worried about his feet, but he's so fast off the edge. if they're pretty lazy to defend him, he's definitely not the next kind of a pass rusher. Like he's gonna get through you. It's not that he can't bend or anything, but he's gonna use power to sneak everything.
He's not the strongest. He's more rushing, emerging moves and skills, and he doesn't. Like I said, he doesn't really offer much. It's all basically his ability to step moves and get himself free and rush the pass. That's what he makes his money, and that's fine because that's what he's tremendous. He's just stout.
His anchor is average.
And the guy of his build, we've talked about it before on the show. You can tell a guy how much stronger and bigger he will get by his frame. I think he's not maxed out. So he's only going to be so big and so fast. The other cross-road concern, I think, is he's only going to get in Europe production.
All right, really quickly, to flip over to the Cardinals, they are on the clock with 3:33 left. It's pretty well known the Cardinals want to move off of this pick. If they can, they'd rather move back. This speaks to the draft class. There are some elite players. Most of them are just not the most sought-after positions highly drafted, right? You have Jeremiah Love, that running back. You have Sammy Styles, linebacker. You're going to have Kendall Jones at safety. Now, and then everyone else is more like a cloud of players kind of after that. Then you could probably get someone who might have graded around later.
Yeah, I agree. I think about that. At this point, it's perhaps someone like me who really enjoys linebacker play and has an affinity for running backs because Jeremiah Love has arguably the best player in this class. Except the fall off from him is pretty tremendous.
100%. But at this point, who would you expect to go? Is it Arnold Reese?
If it's the Cardinals second, I think they're going to take a lot.
See, I think it's Jeremiah Love as well. I had some gentlemen come up to us earlier and I said just that I believe Jeremiah Love is the pick in the Cardinals.
If the Cardinals stick, I think we're going to see someone make a pretty big jump, though. If my feeling is correct, which it probably is, is that my own.
Now, with what we expected is what we would do. If the Cardinals can't trade off this pick, who would you take your game? You're the Cardinals. Who would you take if you're the Cardinals?
If I was Cardinals, I would probably take all just take our the best football player in the league, better football player team. I think that there's different priorities. And the Arizona Cardinals are just such desperate talent. I can't imagine him taking a running back, but it sounds like it's going to be more ownership driven for the fun, exciting play.
Well, I go as far as saying between David Bell and Arnold Reese that Arnold Reese is the better football player, right?
Yeah.
And because it's tough. Like, it is not a situation. He played linebacker. He played edge. He only had 300 snaps at edge in total.
Yeah, because it wasn't in the thing. I don't know how to project from Tony as a head because I feel they're taking away from the big stuff. He's super. Twitter is good. He's been energetic. So if people hit him with a hybrid pass player where he can cut a linebacker off the ball or the back off his plate, like I think it's really good. And if the Cardinals are they are.
The pick is in, so the Cardinals are thinking. I'm hoping for my takes in my wallet because I did put that on this. That's your
I played no that this year, but I felt it. Sports fans.
And we do apologize if you're kind of live. This is my sister Kayla.
Hello, Kayla. I'm Danny. I'm Brittany's husband. The better half, as we say. No, they're all for us. All for us.
Every single one of them. When I was walking up here, I wasn't sure what I was looking for size. There was little roads hanging out at the patio. I was like, hey, I want to wait for each other.
Hey, if you want to walk around with one of the papers, be my guest.
I'm going to be like a spring girl on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. See, you get it. The flippy sign? Did you make a poster board?
I did not make I thought that this was enough.
You didn't even give me any tasks to help with this. I could have made the flippy poster. I could have done that.
to those of us that are listening on the live stream, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If the sound quality is shitty, my bad. We're doing the best we can with it.
We're trying to avoid both feedback and trying to do. So it's probably Arbel Reese, right? It's the easy thing.
It has to be Reese. No, I thought it was. I think it's Lulston.
All right, Jeremiah Love. Bring the guy in. I told you money on Love. So who wants the money? Jeremiah Love is the pick.
As Danny said, the Cardinals, while this may not be the smart move, it's the fun move.
It's definitely the most fun. I had a grade on him than I had on actually did how to play the it sounds so goofy to say it, but like, we love pop when we do draft takes on this stuff. I feel like this pro comp is what people wanted Reggie Bush to be as a pro.
Oh yeah, that's it. I like that.
Like he's not as good as Reggie with the USC, but I feel like he's gonna be a better pro in the NFL.
If you want an idea on why the Cardinals, besides selling tickets, took Jeremiah Love, I'm going to read something from Dane Brugler. Love is an explosive athlete with a remarkable blend of balance and burst to be a dynamic as both a runner and a pass gamer. He is one of the most talented players in the 25th draft class and projects as a high upside NFL player. So for those of you fantasy football players out there, I mean, pick one of them.
Without a question, I think if the workload, it's just a matter of how they makeshift coming too big offensive line down there in Arizona. Which fun fact, the Arizona Cardinals actually they played this franchise in the NFL.
That is a fun fact.
It's the fact nobody wanted, but I was going to give you right.
Just to get an idea also, it's kind of what the Cardinals are looking at here. There is a chance that they could come back up out of the second round of the first round if they were motivated to get, let's say, Ty Simpson. I mean, again, I wouldn't do it, but they need to do it.
Bears.
So, all right, we have the Tennessee Titans on the clock. Positions of need for the Tennessee Titans. They need a wide receiver. They need edge. Not as bad, but they need edge. They do need linebacker pretty badly. So I need running back.
That's a good question. So I remember hearing on the Athletic show earlier this year. Studies have been done on what instability quarterbacks successful was on their defense. And it's actually not necessarily happens it's a good defense. And I'm interested in how they approach this. If they Robert Saleh there and take two this next to Robert Saleh take two and let it go. Do they just because it's the easy thing, or they accelerate his teammate some styles because they all really
Yes. I agree. I have nothing else to add. That's all good.
great analysis of this.
But at this point with the Titans, again, I would have to imagine it's Arbel Reese. You take the best player left on the board just because edge is a need. And at this point in time, like, well, the pick is in, too. They did not take the ball, man. It's a low bat. Thank you, seconds.
And then, essence of Tom and being yes, he's in play.
So I'm asking the same question I did for the Cardinals. If you were the Titans, who were you taking here?
Titans, who I think, I would take the best football player with me to talk about this discussion, but really, it's weird when we talk because I think some styles of a better ball line. But I think all about these things.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
And that's, it depends on what you value as a linebacker. In today's NFL, linebacker play sucks. It's not very good. But in people,
that on our show or something?
well, multiple times. And the problem is, no one wants to take a linebacker until you realize you don't have a linebacker.
Right. And we here for the team that we report have realized the perils of what it's like to have a linebacker run. When TJ was going down, when we talked to the we went back to the pumpkin, he's in the second verse. We go to the students, and we are a jerk to linebacker. for this year. And this class has the intent for that for that. We have such a unique class like with Arlo, some stocks and that. Jacob Rodriguez, which is a tech who is definitely a single season linebacker, sits in the Titanic coming out of Notre Dame. There's a lot of this, and those excitements are very. That's why we became your pick.
And as a reminder, after they announce this pick and we do a little bit of analysis on it, we will do our first giveaway or raffle, not giveaway, but raffle.
You should have given my anxiety.
All right, all y'all. Picks coming up here. Thank you so much for joining us on this live stream. Roger Goodell really needs to button that top button. Carnell Tate, wide receiver out of Ohio State, goes to the Tennessee Titans. What a surprise here, Tate.
What a surprise. Carnell Tate, I believe, by way of Marist High School on the south side.
I got nothing on that one. I didn't bother with it. I mean, that blew me away. Absolutely did not think that was going to happen.
That is crazy. So Carnell Tate is actually local to Chicago. He went to, I believe, Marist High School or Hubbard High School. Before transferring to IMG Academy in Florida, spending his last 3 or 4 years in Ohio State. The biggest concern with him is he was definitely the #1 option. And Ohio State was always behind somebody else. There was Jackson Smith and Jigba, like that kind of group. There was Marvin Harrison too. There was always somebody ahead of Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think he's a good mover, long strider. He's a good enough athlete. I love the ball. A lot of kids to like about Carnell Tate. I was not expecting this war or ceiling or taking this has got to be something to appease the quarterback, even though we just.
I was about to say, this is a bet on Cam Ward. This is saying we believe in Cam Ward, that we need to surround him with. Honestly, I would have done with an offensive line pick or something like that if I was going to bet on Cam, because I just don't trust that offensive line for the Titans. We just have some problems going on right there. Your left tackle, and I was your left tackle. I think he's probably going to be a better guard, and we could take a tackle here. But you're saying we need a weapon so that Cam Ward can get off his hands a little faster. Yeah, that's the way I think. And I think it's already in for the Giants. So you Giants fans out there already ready.
So that means they have Carnell Reese falling to their lap, right?
I mean, I don't think that the New York Giants thought they had a shot at Cardinals.
I don't want to say that because it makes me feel like downplaying the player Carnell Tate, but it doesn't make sense.
Like, so going back to Carnell Tate, he's proficient at everything but a master of none. Like it's not bad. It's just
doesn't it concern me that he was never the guy?
no. Maybe you're absolutely right. But that's, some people are arguing he was overshadowed by Jeremiah Smith, and that's why look how good he did with Smith there. I don't agree with that take, but like that's what some people are going to say.
I'm not saying he's a bad football player because I don't think that's the case. It's a very strange thing because it feels like an open conversation to keep him even though we already know investing in the defense is the best way to potentially help your own quarterback. Especially with worthwhile weapons.
But I mean, so just to bolster why they may have taken him, he caught 12 of 14 contested targets in 2025. He's a downfield threat, 9 catches of 40+ yards in 2025. He averaged 32.5 yards per touchdown. I mean, that's proficiency that is going to help him. All right, real quick, while we wait for this giant pick to get announced, first raffle. Let's do this thing.
So the other thing that could be of adventure, could be of interest to me, not much of that, but if the Giants indeed take Arnell Reese, doesn't that make Kayvon Thibodeau expendable? Further expendable?
Yes, I agree with that. Real quick, we're gonna do a couple raffles here. The first winner, 007. It's actually an offline participant. Doug Rhodes, one of the first people to buy it. So Doug, you won the Chicago Bears hat. I know you're watching online. I'll put it aside for you. Congrats, Doug. All right, our next giveaway winner. 93. This one sucks. 93. Come on up and get your prize. 93. Yeah, so you can basically ignore all the first numbers. Just those last three numbers.
093, 093.
093.
Is your mic fucked up?
I don't know if he's saying it.
You can say it. Just watch free one. We're gonna be giving away stuff for the next hour or so.
All right.
Your investment's already paying off, brother.
Very happy man with the cheeseburger hat. In Bears colors, no less.
All right, let's try. I'm not doing that. Let's try to get a couple more cheese grater hats out there. 2 more draws while they the Giants pick. All right, next one is 15. 05050.
While we wait for the Giants pick, it does look like there was a trade up from the Chiefs to the Cleveland Browns pick. So the Cleveland Browns will not be selecting at 6. It will be the City Chiefs. And chaos has ensued.
Actually, I couldn't 50 is that's my boy James. I don't know where he's at, but James, get your butt up here and get your prize.
Come on up, James. Hold on. Another orange and baby cheeseburger hat is gone. My goodness. We're already running low on price. Are we working? Are we working? Are we working?
I don't know why things are working, to be honest, but
Sometimes technology is bad. Unless technology is good.
it's kind of not. Here's the thing. This one guy bought like 20 tickets, and they're all in here, and they're like, but they're like the guy who's. All right, another prize winner. We got 146. 146 from Eagle Swag. 146.
Last 3 numbers 146, 146. Ignore the first set of numbers before the dash.
46. You gotta be fucking kidding me. All you needed was the one.
Wrong way. My man. So, living proof, you don't need to buy them. Come get to the free one, you might win something.
Hey, do you guys want your raffle ticket?
Giant pick is coming in right now.
You talk to the owner. It's gonna be hard to do the other.
I'm just gonna keep using it occasionally. I might have been a feedback thing. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Switch it. Switch it. We have no control over that.
Okay. You just like throw the usually. You should like the usual. There's no beer super. That's just need it. Yeah, it's good. That's all wrapped. And the New York Giants were handed a gift. Carmel Reese falling to them with that fifth pick.
Yes, the saying is true. Sometimes big things come to those who late. They didn't get into it. Didn't do much of anything but sit there. Good on the Giants. They got a very good football player.
We've already talked about Carmel Reese to death. I mean, he's the most dynamic RPD player on the defensive side of the ball, and it's a gluttony thing at this point for the Giants. I mean, how many edge rushers do you need? So I'm curious how they're going to deploy it. And like you said, it's Kayvon Thibodeau now extended.
Yeah, I do want that, but like I said, I don't want to make. I'm no longer minority in this opinion. I just would not make Carmel Reese a full-time edge rusher. I would say what he's doing and making like I see Jamie Collins. Anyone remember Jamie Collins with Davis? He was already a freak of nature. You can imagine taking him and taking all his 9, 8 sliders and putting them up to 10. That's all the risk. I think you should want that guy to be able to just kind of do what he wants when he wants. Like, make him a matchup night. Don't make him 7-to-1 thing.
Nothing wrong with it, like you said, Cleveland did trade that thing to Kansas City. So at this point, who are the Chiefs moving up for? Because I thought it would have been like Carmel Reese falling.
Like Arnold Reese, could it be Sonny Styles? I mean, they have Nick Bolton, but he's arguably the best defender.
So the Browns traded away the 9th pick, 2nd for 148. The Chiefs only moved up 3 spots. So, I mean, yes, if we were going on, I mean, do you really think Washington or New Orleans were going to take something? I didn't.
I think if Washington was, I think if somebody got to Washington, they would have taken
Okay, that's fair.
What about did they go up? Did they go up for Caleb Downs?
Yes. I mean, I had Caleb Jones a couple times when I played with Tomas going to them internationally. So they just need defensive people.
Right, and he has an argument for the best football player left. He with his teammates on the style of being there, depending on what you want. But I genuinely wonder, could that be what they did? I don't know.
I think at this point you're looking at Caleb Jones, you're looking at Trey Styles, you're looking at one of these tackles.
Or was it not really? Could it be Francis Noah?
Could be, because the benefit, look at this as good or bad. The benefit of Mount is that he plays tackle, but he gives you guard flexibility, he gives you some center flexibility.
And we really don't have to worry about it. We know that it probably is nothing to replace.
I'm going to take that back conversation. It's okay. So for those who don't know, Francis Mount it came out that he had his herniated disc. Now, don't get me wrong, herniated disc is nothing to do, but there's such a spectrum. I mean, if you look at statistics, about 20% of 20-year-olds are walking around with a herniated disc, but have no symptoms whatsoever. And so how do you get that football player? How many 20-year-old football players do you think are walking around with herniated disc?
Yeah, it's genuinely an interesting conversation. I knew the Chiefs could, but I wasn't expecting it.
No, I absolutely didn't. I think they're skipping pick. But but I will say at the same time, how often they're really going to be this high that the cost is not terrible.
My explanation is that we're sitting on it. I think they're going to go off into tackle because they've got to protect that. And it's going to be the best chance to go and get. And now I know it's a right tackle only for the most part. They took the left tackle last year, who fell on the board. So it would make sense to replace Jawan Taylor.
Correct. I would get it back. And in the interim, you could, in theory, play him at guard for a year and slide him out to tackle. Just put him out there.
Yeah, I think Maui is going to go with like prediction.
You can have the same conversation with him. Boa's like that. Bono's like that. He's kind of the guy who can play a tackle with the slide around the corner. So it's depends on who you have to hire.
Watch them move up for the just the money is so real for these teams.
I think so. This draft is absolutely wild. Manford, Lane, quarterback. I mean, great, good player, but still early.
If your favorite players, if your favorite prospects, we're taking a player we like the most.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, depending on what you love, like, for example, he might be as high as like the 8th or 10th player on some boards if you stack all these players together. This is a crazy place to be, but at the same time, I feel like you could have gotten that 9.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. So it looks like the Commanders already have their pick in too. So I have to imagine this is sunny side.
I would agree with that. Well, while we're waiting, let's give away something else here. If you have ticket 89, come get your swag. Ticket 89, come get your swag. Chicago Bears branded football for the young lady. Courtesy of Windy City Sports Cards. You should go check them out. Windy City Sports Cards are a proud sponsor of this event. They're pretty amazing.
Good people over there with this coach.
If you're a Chicago sports fan, you already know it's more than the game, it's a lifestyle. And nobody represents it better than Windy City Sports Cards. From insane hits and live breaks to stacked hobby boxes, rare singles, and must-have Bears collectibles, they've got everything you need to level up your collection. These guys live and breathe Chicago sports. They've chosen the way they show up on social media, connecting with the community and bringing in hobby life every single day. Whether you're buying, selling, or chasing the next big pull, tap into Windy City Sports Cards. Go to their website now. It's some pretty cool stuff.
I guess when you really think about it, all things being equal, they did just get a king's ransom for Trent McDuffie. I don't know. I don't really know how I should feel about this because I think it's a very, like, now move. Like, just do this right now because it's what makes sense to me and it's very.
I was just saying that they couldn't really hear my mic. I don't know.
McDuffie. They traded Trent McDuffie.
They did. I just thought they could stick a 9 into it.
I don't. Did New Orleans move up to 8?
No, they're always 8.
They were always. All the chaos has already scrambled my brain.
I mean, okay. All right, well, Commanders picking in as well, waiting for an activity to get off the stage. But Commanders, they need wide receiver. They don't have a second round pick like too, so they need wide receiver, they need linebacker, they need nickel, they need interior defensive line, cornerback. So potentially, actually, the Chiefs may have tried to jump the Commanders to fullback. That's about it.
I mean, it makes sense when you're looking at trying to replace McDuffie, but I don't really think the answer to the thing McDuffie or a one-for-one swap. But I guess you have to remember it's not that big a deal when you consider they have the second worst roster when they acquired from the Rams and then moving up to
We're doing this on the fly. It's all good.
Okay, so one of those is this connector will send to the board.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. And I think the reason you would cut it out is because it's probably too
Far from the board.
Probably.
Okay.
But if this stops working, it means that the connector that's plugged in the back ran out of battery. Okay. So I need to plug the charger. Okay. So just give me like 10 minutes to plug the charger.
Yeah.
No, I have one. I have one.
We'll share for now.
I'm sorry, this keeps going. Honestly, dude, I've never heard this happen. Never comes in and out.
Oh, it's all good. Thursday, it's fine.
So sorry. Sorry, like things having fun.
Yeah, this is what happens with like live shows. Things happen. What I know
Like I
is,
said,
actually,
here comes the Commander pick.
I really thought when he walked on the stage he was going to talk, and then he didn't. He was talking about Gold Jacket. Is it sacrilege to say I'm just not a Jerome Bettis guy? I was never a fan of him when he played.
I should have never been in the Hall of Fame. The guy averaged less than 4 yards a carry for a nice, like, really hot scorching takes to see somebody who's fat running back. But, you know, yeah.
Pick us in. Who we got? Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles ending back to pick for the Washington Commanders. Again, you sit there, you wait, you get something that you probably deserve. You get this answer away and help save the other football with Sonny Styles. And Caleb Downs, the number will continue. Will the Giants be rewarded by just hanging out again?
And just a little background on Sonny Styles. I mean, he's the professional football player. I mean, amazing size, speed athlete, comfortable in space, reacts really well. His sub-package value can be fantastic. He's in talent, become an impact linebacker pretty much immediately. And right there, look at that. And ESPN is stealing my shit here. Read and react that I just talked about. You look at him, he's tall, he's long. Only had 2 missed tackles in all of 2025. He's going to wear the green dot for you, be that leader out there, and really help. And actually, the Commanders bolstered their defensive line this offseason as well.
They did, and the big thing with Sonny Styles for me is, you know, it's easy. Like I said earlier, we love the player comps. For me, since I started doing like the armchair bit about it, he's the closest thing I've ever seen to a number version of Ryan Blackford. The ability to get to the deep third, the ability to run and chase, run and snip. He's a great football player. I think he's a guy that you. Oh, and look at that. My bit is stolen too. I said Brian Urlacher, there's ESPN saying Brian Urlacher. Do I think it's a 1-for-1 comp? No, if there's only one of those guys. Brian Urlacher is everything. But one hell of a pick for a team that definitely needed defensive help in lieu of the Jade Gang rookie deal entering the back of the 9 before they potentially have to pay the guy who was hurt.
And real quick, let's pull another number here. 62. If you got 62, come on up and get your prize.
You know, it's worth mentioning and asking is we heard for days coming up to it that there's going to be a run on offensive tackle. And the run hasn't started. Maui Noah is still hanging out, as is all the other positions. We knew there was going to be a run, so this run is about to hit like crash or something. I don't know. It's wild that not one of them is in patient.
What I think it does, though, too, is it speaks to, we talked about this a little at the beginning, it's not a very strong draft at the top, and so you're going to have some of these guys that normally are playing positions that are heavily sought after, as in terms of left tackle, fall a little bit, just because at the end of the day, Sonny Styles, Arnold Tate, to an extent, they're better football players right now than Mailaga, than Fano, than any. I mean, like, I'm not blaming on his name. It's called Monroe Freeland, super athletic left tackle, but he's a projection. So at this point, a team that says we need to know we have a football player, you're taking the football players.
Yeah, that would be the tackle one is it needs to, but I just find it interesting because of when you get through like the most expensive positions on the cap sheet, it's in order quarterback, edge defenders, followed by offensive tackle. Having a rookie offensive tackle on a cost control deal for 4 or 5 seasons is a really big deal because you don't have to pay that for a while.
No, I 100% agree with that. Now here with the Saints pick. Oh, they took. Technically, if it's Tyson, I can run it, so that'd be great.
So what?
Let's see if it's big as. What was that?
The Giants pick, Marvell Reese. Yeah, it was awesome.
You took
Different players.
but more dynamic.
Marvell Reese is a better football player. Sonny Styles is a better linebacker. Yeah,
I think it's a good pick.
Very good
It's a good pick. Pick two. See how it goes. All right, that same thing is in. As we're waiting here, Danny, I'm going to list off a couple of these team needs: quarterback, wide receiver, edge, interior defensive line, linebacker, offensive line. So this is really a place they can go. A lot of different Jordan Tyson could go here. And wide receiver, as of right now, same team, a lot of wide receiver. Over here, we need to get first tackles. At some point, this tackle runs got to start. There's middle and later round that really need a tackle. And arguably some of these higher teams, like the Saints, Cleveland, might be looking at taking on offensive time as well. So, you pay attention.
No, mine's not working now.
Oh, cool. You might be able to run around a lot.
When it rains, it pours. And the curve states. Basement fight isn't working on my way, so we need to pass the mic back to
Why don't we just give something away?
All right, so we have another giveaway here. Ticket number, ignore the first 5. The last 3 are 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Come and get your prize. 1, 3, 4. Oh my God, hurry up. We got a winner. 1, 3, 4. We gotta get a couple 2, 3, we do 3, 4. Tell him.
I left my ticket behind me. Will you trust me?
I believe it.
A sign. Bobby Peters Bears. That's a good deal right there. Bobby Peters, guys, the guy who does all the background breakdowns and all the offenses across the league year over year. Bobby's a great follow on Twitter. You should get a follow, read his books, go through his stuff. He's awesome.
I mean, you love the conversation. Is he a PT?
No, absolutely. And if you're not even a Bears fan, he's got a bunch of other teams that he writes about. If you just look up Bobby Peters on Amazon, find his books. I mean, they're top notch. They make you a better football fan by understanding the offense a little bit better.
It is utterly ridiculous how long it takes them to get up on stage.
It's insane.
The pick has been in. We're already getting reports of Giants.
I don't know why this is happening.
Are you working? Hello? Sorry. I had to make sure the technical difficulty were over.
We still got a lot of free stuff being away. Come on up, get your free battles. More if you want another shot. You want to be more? You need the Coastal Velvet jersey for the next 20 minutes. 20 minutes to get up here. You get your attention. You need the Coastal Velvet jersey. I'm wondering if we just ditch the live.
I did it.
So,
No.
Everyone gets one free.
dude, you fired me up with the Sonny Styles commentary. I'm a skins guy, so the Brian
There we go.
You're welcome. Either I hyped you up or I look like a total moron.
I still win money. I bet that one too.
Holy crap.
Jordan Tyson to the New Orleans Saints. Like, we talked about this 5 minutes ago. They need wide receiver.
This is utterly insane. Jordan Tyson misses 1 out of every 3 games he's supposed to play. His tape is great, but we talk about this all the time. You're no use to anybody if you're on the trainer's team. Like, I can't imagine you feel like you like his medicals, right?
No, it's my as a physical therapist. He had ACL tear. He has been rehabbing from a hamstring strain in the same leg Now, it's not directly related, but at the same time, the hamstring does control that tibia. And usually, after you're recovering from an ACL tear, a lot, especially if you're doing a graft that comes from solid tendon, whether it's hamstring itself, that's going to put strain elsewhere. And hamstring is the case. We spent most of this last year we having a hamstring.
I don't know what to make of it. It's like, because I actually, full disclosure, I let Jordan Tyson take better than I let Carnell takes. But I couldn't get myself to a point where I would take him above the first half of the draft. But then I think this is speaking to what the issues are within the draft itself, right? We keep talking about they need to do X, Y, or Z, or you need to take this player, this, that. I think we're going to start to get to the point where the preeminent position to be the first possible for happening because a lot of the best talents are now gone.
And from a Bears perspective, this isn't a Bears podcast. This is great. Like, have some of these tackles fall down the board. Either one, maybe you want balls, or do you trade back because another team wants to move up and take a tackle?
I think it depends on who's there. I mean, like if you want my personal opinion, since we are shares podcast, I think if Keldrick Salt continues his slide past the mid to late teens, early 20s, falls into the. If you look at the Dennis Allen archetype of things he prefers at the defenders, he also has played inside and inwards and about in a weird defensive scheme with Auburn. I genuinely think the only way that they would move off of Keldrick Salt if he was there at 25 would be for a ransom on Jordan, because that is, I feel like, the ideal outcome for not just the Dennis Allen, but the Chicago Bears in general.
Keldrick Salt is built in a lab like Dennis Allen. It's as simple as that.
Right. Bears podcast. Not just correct.
Right. Well, now the biggest thing for the Browns is this. We keep saying it, but is this where the tackle web starts? Because they really lost. At some one point, all five of their starting offensive linemen were free agents.
Without question. I think this is one we heard the Browns want to address their line once, and if not twice. So I have to imagine this is where you see the first one go off the board. But you know what? We've been wrong a lot already, and we're not even through the top 10. So here we are, showing our ass real early on in the draft.
But and to be fair, so this happens year after year, right? If you look about when we did the show last time, a couple years ago, we had CJ Stroud go to the Texans, and then immediately the Texans go back up and they take Williams, right? You have the Jalen Carter fall into the Bears' laps, and then I sadly drank my Charles with it, and they traded back so that they could take it. And I don't remember the rest of that draft because I'm just angry, blacked out the rest of it. But this happens year after year. Every mock draft by us fanless, by the professionals who do this for a living. I mean, no one had fun with that. Very few people had fun on tape where he did. Some style where he did.
Right. We all assumed something was only higher. We didn't assume it was going to go high. We knew that Carmel's height was going to go high, and they were talking about maybe even going like 7 to the Commanders. Instead, he goes, this is insanity. And it just goes to show this draft is more than ever with how not great it is top to bottom. Like it's more picker flavor. And then you're starting, so it's like 1 through 20 seems like it's whatever, figure it out. And then 25 through 50 to be even more. Because those guys are all like, well, what do you like? What do you want? It's going to result in just picks and players going, you have no thought processes of going around that area.
So let's say this is a tackle for the sake of argument. Which tackle do you think it is? Oh my God, they're saying it. Which tackle? Go. Which tackle?
Let me know.
I'm gonna say Rocker. Spencer Fano. Wow, someone's excited over there. So Spencer Fano. On a lot of boards, the second best tackle.
And he's repping his hair is wearing the traditional collar. How cool is that? Spencer Fano is the first offensive tackle off the board. That is something. Positional versatility, we've heard issues with his short arm. They can be seen to play anywhere. Offensive tackle all the way through guard and center. He has potential 5-position versatility. What a pick. Was not expecting that.
And you just mentioned, right, how diverse he's going to be able to be used. And part of that is because he's got pass speed, he's got the demeanor and recovering balance on tackle, but he also has enough of the size and the mentality to go inside. Now, he's got average arm length, so I'm surprised they went here just because I think he starts inside. And it actually makes sense to an extent, but I wouldn't. No, it doesn't make sense. Take that back. I mean, I don't understand why
I think he's playing tackle.
I think he's playing tackle, and you're going to be upset and we don't play guard.
Maybe, I don't know.
Fast forward 3 years from now, 4 years, and they did guard. In my opinion. Just because, again, that length.
What if they drafted him to be a center?
Oh my God, that'd be a waste of things.
That'd be my assumption, yeah.
I think that would be able to. Arguably, he's probably the best player left on the just skill.
We made several assumptions that make a lot of sense and they've all been wrong. So take that for what it's worth.
We were wrong again, Francis. There
There
goes that another tackle. The run has begun.
I guess his back issue wasn't that bad after all.
One could say that. If you're willing to spend the 10th pick on Francis, and I do think, here's the thing. I think the Giants really wanted Jordan Tyson. I really do. And I think that they pivoted. And now, think about their tackle play. He does not have to start a tackle.
So what is, I guess this begs the question with not now off the board. Because the tackle one is starting a little later than we thought it might. But now I think it's going to be, you got to get your guy, which makes me wonder on certain players, certain teams in week who are like maybe not in the prime pole position to get somebody they want. But I'm genuinely interested. Where does Haley Downs tumble to? Where does it stop?
Miami? It should be here. And here's the reason.
There's a trade.
Miami, never mind. He's trading. Miami's trading their pick. The Dallas moves up one spot. The Dallas Cowboys move up one spot.
Did George Pickens get moved?
Honestly, that would not be the craziest bet.
Right. I know. Yeah, and you can be traded the second you sign that.
And depending on what Dallas people here, this makes sense to Miami.
I think Dallas is taking care of it. It makes sense.
Again, like talking about people falling into your lap. If Caleb Downs fell into the Cowboys after, that's an astounding thing for the Cowboys that need help on the back.
They needed so.
Cowboys fan over there knows what I'm talking about.
Cowboys fan in Chicago, the bold move, sir.
But again, this draft is crazy. You get what the fifth best player, at least in my opinion, in the draft to follow you to pick 11. I mean, to move up one spot. I don't know what that's going to be, but if you're going to use reference, the Eagles gave the Bears a future 4th-round pick to move up one spot a couple years ago.
That might be a future 4. Maybe less, depending on if there's a player. There might be a small player. Who knows? But I have to imagine this is Caleb Downs really tumble the stock because you just can't let that talent keep falling.
I'm gonna go check the light.
All right. We're going to do another giveaway before the Cowboys announce this pick. Get your tickets ready. Our next is from Bonvet. My lovely wife works at Bonvet. What a great place. What a great place. What a great life. Bonvet. If you're a pet parent, you know how quickly you got this and that up, or how easy it is to put things off and put things up. That's why I choose the Bonvet membership for my dogs, Molly, Huckleberry, and Tom House. Who's chilling up here? If you want to pet a dog, it's great. Honestly, it makes staying on top of their care. Of course, we got that. They have 4 convenient locations in Chicago: Gold Coast, Lakeview, Rushing, and Winter Park. Honestly, we should absolutely sign up for their membership because you get free annual exam, you get 20% off additional fees, and it seems to really build over time. The winner of this Bonvet gift basket is 52. If you have ticket 52, take a look.
Ticket 52.
And actually, that is James Towns. James Towns, come on up. You won the bond bet prize.
This is nonsense. You're welcome. Don't thank me, I did nothing.
I mean, that's what happens when you buy multiple tickets. You can win prizes. That's how it works. So if you want a chance for the jerseys, if you want a chance for the grill, if you want a grill, we have like assessment for about $200. Like, and it's Apple tickets.
We need to clarify though, it's an actual cooking grill, not a Paul Wall.
Yes, it is in fact a charcoal cooking grill.
Perfect for your tailgate, it's a little bit. So we have terms of the trade crossing. It is the 11th or the 12th pick, 177 and 180 for pick 11. They traded 11 or they traded 12, 177 and 180 to move up one spot. A couple bucks.
Not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a good idea.
I think that's what they told. Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
We used to reference to that bear trade a couple of years ago. You know, future four. A future four, we say 2 5s. I mean, that's pretty simple.
That's about right. Yeah. I mean, especially when you back from a future four is worth, I believe it's 3. So 2 5s in the current draft would probably add up to about similar. I don't have the Jimmy Johnson trade off from the company. You know, I'm sure I could. I just don't want to.
No, that's a lot of work.
No, that's too much work for this.
But not a lot of work is getting involved in this awesome wrap. All you gotta do is come up and get your 1 free raffle ticket. If you want a better odds, buy a couple more. And if you have raffle ticket 92, come on up and get your prize. Raffle ticket 92, come on up and get your prize.
You know what I really was thinking, doing of this, and we talked about it a little bit pre-show, that when I saw the trade come through, like, tell me this dude didn't just straight up to number 11. It's a neck corrector, everyone.
Look, again, I'm a physical therapist. I absolutely have to give you all things that help your body feel better. So that thing's fantastic. Lay on it for 5 to 10 minutes, and that feels great.
Should I have brought a fire extinguisher or something?
If you're going to your free, then that's a little bit.
Well, he's spreading the love. He spent $100 and well, you know what, Mason? I think that guy's investment paid off. He definitely won.
If at any point ESPN would like to hurry up with the pick announcements, we're like lagging behind what's actually happening, and it's insane.
Hi. Oh, hello. How are you?
Because they bought more tickets.
You were more than welcome to pick as well.
Thank God. All right. Finally, the pick is in with the Dallas Cowboys.
I guess you could say it's going down further.
Caleb Down, safety, Ohio State, heading to the Dallas Cowboys.
Tremendous thing. So we're noting he's not the most supreme athlete. Everything he does is going to be more tempo setting in the film room, being able to basically lead your playbook in a way. I know the easy comp that people want to say for him is Kyle Hamilton, who is just not the same build of a player. Kyle Hamilton is a small linebacker playing safety, and he's a little skeleton. But Caleb Downs is every bit of a tremendous football player you could ask for the safety position, just in a much different way than many safeties that would typically go this high are.
Have a good night. Bye.
Well, you're absolutely right. When you talk to his coaches, they talk about how when he transferred into Ohio State, I mean, he knew the playbook better than the guys who were there for multiple years.
Yeah, he's clearly some sort of football savant. He was understanding it. You also hear about like his leadership skills, his ability to get guys in the right place, his ability to set the tone, be a tempo setter. I would actually venture a guess that he's a lot like who the Jets took years ago in Jamal Adams, just how his team has physically puts it together. Jamal Adams, before injuries took him from us, was a really physical, tone setting, like unbelievable safety to the Jets, and he got paid as such for what his body kind of gave life.
If you just want to, okay, again, we would name Rudolph. I'm just going to hold the entire card regarding the States. Down seems to feel like the chessboard and an exceptional combination of intelligence, urgency, and toughness, allowing him to construct anywhere around the field. His tangible and on-field versatility with an impactful NFL starter early.
So I'm wondering now what the 12 pick is, and I think we're in for a couple surprises along the way.
Well, all right, folks. You're going to want to hold your hats for what's happening coming up soon. Some crazy stuff.
We're not in the business of tipping picks to the rooms of fun for people paying attention, but there's some. Can I swear?
Did you buy more tickets? Oh, okay.
Some fuckery about that's going to be happening here after the Dolphins pick.
I don't care what the Dolphins are doing. No, I'm going to say the Rams are doing something crazy.
Like I said, there's fuckery about it.
The Rams are doing something crazy.
Is this what?
Yeah.
Yes. This is unbelievable.
I don't get it.
Oh, I absolutely hate it because he's not worth it.
All right. We'll talk about it when it gets down. So, all right, who do you think the Dolphins are going to take here? The Dolphins still have a pick. I know we want to talk about the Rams, but the Dolphins have a pick.
You know what?
The answer is anybody.
The answer, because it's not like what do they need, it's more like what they don't need. Because the Dolphins are just a blank slate of nothingness.
So literally, besides quarterback, because they paid Malik Willis,
Dane? He's a Miami kid, and that's like University of Miami?
you're on to say, what if you want to get him out of Miami? Yeah.
Will his short arms allow him to lead that ball?
Is he crawling out? Is that the concern?
You know what the best exit of the tackle battle is going to be? It's him against Will Campbell. The battle of the small arms.
That's going to be a sight to see. The two T-Rexes.
If anyone here is ever having a bad day, just picture him trying to make his bed.
All right, let's get something else away. Number 73. Come on up and get your prize. Number 73.
Number 73 again. Once again, number 73. This game is rigged.
Again, you got to pay to play, and these individuals paid. You just keep that. There you go. He won a signed football. Well, it's not actually really signed. It's like a fake signed one, but it looks cool.
Who's the fake signature from?
A bunch of the 85 Bears.
Oh, well, that's neat. Because, you know, who doesn't love reminiscing about a team that's 41 years old?
I choose not to live in the past personally, but that's just me. Hayden Proctor, drafted by the Dolphins.
Oh, my God.
Tackle run is important.
This tackle run slaps so hard. Hayden Proctor at 12? The guy can't turn.
If you are trying to just say, you want to see enough of what Malik kind of has. You want to create some pathways for a running back. So
Sure.
the big bodied mammoth of a man who can run people over. Makes a degree of sense. And he would also then help you. Like, if Willie Willis is not the guy in 3 years.
So we know, Mason, that I subscribe fully to the planet. If I believe God don't make him like him, I'm probably more in on him than anybody. I love Peyton Proctor because God doesn't make him like him. He's 6'6.5". They can line this guy up at tight end and a wide receiver sometimes on the field. Just to put him up because he could physically do it at 350 pounds. After he dropped from 400 plus. It's insane the ability he has at that size. It's just everything about him feels like an idea versus an actual finished product. It's all based on the potential of what he could be, not what he actually is.
So I took him in our first mock draft, if you recall. So I figured we'd call him the great. He can't look plotting at times, but at a time, he played better than the trash. He had a good pass block and run block, which is kind of tough in this draft. You don't have most tacklers in this current draft aren't good tackles. He's got a stout and good strong hands on the downside. We talked about this. He's planting a quick first step to lead him. He struggles to near better athletes in space. So let's say Marvel Reese, he's going to struggle with Marvel Reese. He can't get his hands on him. And he's got a limited pass range.
I can't wait for this pick to be enough for the Rams.
No, this pick's going to be fantastic. And you know what? After this Rams pick, we'll give away the Close to Loveland jersey.
Oh my God. For anyone paying attention, the Atlanta Hawks are up by 11 on the New York Knicks in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Go Hawks. I do find it funny every time these first round picks are announced that they go up and give the big dap and hug to Roger Goodell, the very guy that hates them for the most part and wants to take their money for stuff. It's like, you know, he's kind of the enemy, right? Like, you understand that?
And it's just such a, you only get directed, right?
It's a massive moment. I'm not trying to say
It's just you could have, you know, a splitter from TTT Israel standing there, and you're talking about.
Oh, absolutely. It's just it's funny to me because the optics of it are very loud. Are we drawing?
No, I'm just getting prepared.
Oh my God.
I assume the pick's gonna come in when you don't care. Once we get Caden Proctor off the stage, oh, he's got the roll.
That's the Paul Walgren, not the Bill Bergen.
We're giving away. All right, the man. We can drop.
I think we can tell him now.
We can tell what's happening here.
The kid you see on the screen who just saw his dreams come true, the son of a college football coach at UT, and that is Ty Simpson, who will in fact be the pick by the Los Angeles Rams.
This man was he's a second round talent, right? Maybe a third.
I guess it depends on what you're looking at his tape. The first 8 or 9 weeks of the season
We're
were
great.
what?
The first week we're great.
Yeah, the first 8 or 9 games he was the better quarterback between him and Mendoza. But then the wheels the old wagon.
Right, and then you have the second half of the season, and you say, "Oh Lord, no."
Oh no, please don't. Ty, why you do that? So, exactly what do we know if Matt Stafford is going to sign the extension, or did he already sign it? I know he was talking he's trying to, but I don't know if he was actually done, or did they know that he is?
The discussions were that he was going to, not that what did happen. I believe.
So I don't think he's going to walk away this year.
That's perfect for Ty.
Yeah, that's typically.
I should go back to college now.
And if you listen to any of the real experts, Jeremiah or Scott McShay, whoever, when they were breaking down essentially, the thing they all loved about him is his strength, his ability to understand what's in front of him, as he should. He grew up playing quarterback as the son of a college football coach.
You are mentally so much further ahead of me.
He is so much further ahead than any prospect you're going to come across at any juncture of any draft as a quarterback because of his upbringing as a young man. Probably living in the building at the football facility.
And individuals like Les Snead, their GM for the Rams, Sean McVay, head coach, are on record as having talked about Tyson in a very glowing manner. And my thought was just that it wouldn't have been here, it would have been maybe a straight up player.
That would have been my assumption too, but I think when they traded 20 or whatever it was, you were looking at something much different. And credit to Todd McShay, the expert of the ring, who called this yesterday in his final line.
Which, and I was one of them, I laughed at that. I thought that was silly because I figured at best he'd be in a pick at the back end of the first for a team that traded up. I did not think that.
Yeah, it's a, like I said, credit to Todd McShay, but that's a widely hot pick for him. Because it was the same thing with like the conversation behind Bryce Young had a couple years ago, right? Like, what's his superpower? Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
He operates in time. He's very smart. He knows what the wants to the ball. He's got a better arm, I think.
He does. He has a
But I don't know that it's a superpower. Like he's got a good, not great arm. He's been struggling to push the ball 20 yards down the field outside the numbers, but he can do a lot of things in the middle of the field. I question it. But if there is a coach or a system that
I was about to say, if you're going to take someone that's got it, can put the ball where you want it, right? For the most part.
be a coach on the field, point and shoot where I tell you to.
Sean McVay's controlling him on the sideline with his remote control and just saying point and shoot. And like we talked about, there's a bunch of factors that factored into why he had a rough second half of the year. Alabama's run game sucked since it was first. Head coach Brett Venables provided a blueprint of just basically losing. And then the star receiver, Ryan Williams, basically disappeared after just 13 passes and 0 touchdowns through the 2 penalties game. That's not a recipe for success.
I mean, clearly Sean McVay must see no more than we do, but it just feels like a massive overreaction or overcorrection. But at the same time, it was the same reason why I was saying that the Steelers should consider it, because how many times are you going to be in a position to draft a future quarterback? The Rams are never picking this high.
And I was going to say, what do the Rams need?
Nothing. They're a good football team.
So they maybe can have their cake and eat it too, by saying we don't need any other position, so let's not have to worry about trading up later.
Yeah, I don't know what I mean. The points are all valid. They'd rather go.
And there it is officially tied into quarterback from Alabama going to the Rams.
Insanity.
Now let me ask you this, Danny. I think one of this early, does that open the door for a third quarterback seeking the first round?
I don't think there's one to be worth it.
If you're the Cardinals and you feel like you really need one, do you trade up and take a Carson back or a Bear?
I bet you Carson. I firmly believe Carson Beck is going to be the third quarterback team.
I do too. I personally like Nussmeier.
Look at that. You see David Proctor embracing his quarterback that he kind of sort of protected.
All right, as promised, we are going to now. I pulled a ticket for the Colton Loveland jersey. Don't go too far though, because we have other giveaways to raffle as well. We are both raffling off a jersey for who are getting picked by the Bears today at 25. We're raffling off products of the Partial Wild Cup. You can get some pretty cool, fun hats from the Animal Variety. And what you know the minis. But if you have ticket 115, you have won the Colton Loveland jersey. 115.
The Rams or the Ravens are about to do the most Ravens thing ever. Just pick somebody easy, right?
All right, we got the Cowboys fan winning the Colton Loveland jersey. Colton Loveland jersey.
Colton Loveland jersey.
That's what you wanted. If you want something else, I can give you something different. But that's what it was. What a good. Come back. Come on. Gotta give you something.
It's like a cookie, something. I'll take a cookie.
All right. Get you a shirt.
We got a T-shirt from Wendy's Esports, guys.
There we go.
It'll be a nice gym shirt once you cut the sleeves off it. Take care. That might be one of the cooler things you'll see at a raffle giveaway. What a guy.
First one.
What a cool gesture to just give it away.
Ravens are always there, right? I'm not losing my mind.
Yeah, the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm scatterbrained. It's gonna be Iowa. I come up with that.
The Ravens pick is in. We're going to wait to see how the announcement. Danny, you just said something that I would agree with. What is that?
I think the Ravens are going to be the most Ravens. We're one of the best players on the board. Just fall to the left.
Well, the Ravens too.
You take that player. Iowa, or rather not Iowa. The guard from Penn State, I believe, will be the pick because Ravens gonna Ravens, and that's just a solid, good football player. The right pick for the offensive line help.
No, absolutely. I mean, the only reason you don't think a guard at this point is one for Iowa. He's a guard only. He's not going to
He's a guard only.
He's not going to tackle for you, but man, does he play guard really well. He's a better man than Matt Walker, and then a blocker. He's quick getting set. He gets his hands loaded. He sets with a strong base and bench really well. He's an average and change direction sometimes. His struggles to do doesn't continue, but he is hands down the best offensive line probably in this class, and he's arguably the best guard prospect. Not that he's him, but since Whitnell's.
I turned it off for the sake.
Okay.
Yes. No, because it's in the net. So I question now, where does the Ruben Baines tumble stop? Because he's, I feel like, the best player left. And I just don't know what to make of where he's going to go. I mean, it's great news. I mean, the tackles and the offensive linemen are going, which I think, I know people are going to disagree with me. I think that's probably best for the years to keep themselves away from the way making that decision. And I just think you need to address the defense. It's something that's whether it be corner, safety, linebacker, or defensive end. Like, those are listed every position group on defense, so that's what they need.
Yeah. So here's the first question: where does Ruben Baines tumble to? Tampa Bay, because again, they're someone who can kind of take anybody.
And they kind of took them out. I mean, they took them about 4 hours north.
So Tampa Bay, the Jets could do something funny and just get all of it.
The Jets have the chance to do one of the funniest things right now.
I mean,
But it wouldn't be a bad decision.
And
they just traded Jermaine Johnson over the offseason to his former coach. Oh, wow. Do you want to see my shock face that Joanne would pick for the Ravens?
again, just a good football player. Who,
Guys.
the Ravens needed that. They needed solid in the middle, and their run game was actually very convincing. And part of the reason was because their interior was not as good.
The interior wasn't as good. Lamar was banged up. It's obviously Henry's going to camp on Monday, but it's not incumbent on him at the age of 30 plus to be doing that workload. You know. Buccaneers pick is already in for those playing it.
And while we're waiting for the Buccaneers pick, let's give away something else here. If you have ticket 128, come on up for your prize. 128, come on up for your prize. All right, beautiful. 128.
Fun little tumbler, huh?
Yeah. That ladies and gentlemen, just want a nice favorite team tumbler. Got a massive like pickup on there.
Clutch.
along with these other photography things, being other stuff. Again, we have way more stuff to give away. If you're gonna be sitting here watching the draft, somebody's gonna free ticket.
How much your free ticket? Maybe invest a little bit. If more tickets you have, the better chance you have to win, right?
I still have 3 jerseys to give. 3. I have 1 throwback. I have whoever gets drafted for the Bears, and I have a signed Bulls jersey.
Obviously, the one for whoever is drafted by the Bears has to be waited on.
Yeah, but I don't have a printing station that I can give you the jersey today.
Have you tried carrying more?
I'm sorry that I brought 20 things to give away to these nice people. I'm sorry.
It sounds like a unicorn.
Next time I'll print jerseys for you.
Have you tried doing more good?
I'll try to.
I think it's bad. I think it's bad.
I would think so. Hey, we're still waiting for this Buccaneers thing. Let's just do another raffle. Why not? Number 80, come on up and get your prize. Number 80, come on up and get your prize. What? 80.
What the fuck?
I mean, they tried somebody.
So the people that probably need to win the least, so it doesn't look funny, are winning the most. Did he win the jersey?
No.
What did he win?
Oh, you won the athletic testing. $200 value. So basically, just shoot me a text. We'll find a day and a time when they get you tested.
You?
Yeah. I got it. You don't need that anymore. All right, that nice gentleman won athletic testing from Ignite Physical Therapy and Sport Performance, which I happen to work at. So basically, what it is you're going to get to use technology that the professionals use. The guy's getting drafted today to figure out his blood system and potentially any surgery that might cause injury. We have 1 more of those to give away. Again, $200 value. Come on up, grab the tickets, and you can try to win this. Be the best athlete that you can be.
What if you are an athlete, not an athlete?
Unfortunate. Oh, is that? Oh, that was yours.
I genuinely think it's headline screen.
That's very big. Nice salad.
It's big. It's bigger than you.
All right, here we go. Buccaneers pick is in. Danny nailed it. Ruben Bain, edge out of Miami.
So it's interesting with Bain because I would tell you of the edge rushers in this class, he's probably the best here in rusher. Except then you have to factor in that it can't be overstated really historical.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Sub 31-inch arms. It's
a player, an edge with sorry, an edge under 32 has never been drafted in the first round.
in that modern history that we have. And then you factor in, like, as good as Dane's team is, like, I'm sitting here telling you, I think he's probably the best edge defender team in this class. And the length of the leverage matters when you're going up every play. It's how you get to your spot and get to your set of pass structures.
So he had some side and escaping traits, power profile, leverage attack, and same play style. He's explosive as all get. Like if he find when you watch his tape, you don't necessarily see the length being an issue, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean it.
But well, when you have such a great explosive first step and 10-yard split, vertically, all those things, on the top, whether you can pass a deficiency like that. It's when you get to the level where everybody's a great athlete. And your specialist is a specialist. So I have to wonder, like, what is the effectiveness going to be at the NFL level? Does he ever be a pass rush down? Maybe have to kick inside the three technique?
Well, it's like about almost 9 now. We're only pick 16. We're about halfway through. So it's going to be probably till 10, 30, 11. You don't have to settle. Yeah, I mean, I'm purchasing a lot of them. Up to you.
I am so glad I got it.
Oh, it's such a good choice. I drove around for about a couple times, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to the lot." And then because Joel knows the lot guy, he just let me park it for free. But originally, I was going to pay for it. All right, want another raffle ticket? Let's go. 115. If you got ticket 115, come on up. Get the prize.
Ticket 115. 115. But seriously, if you have a moment to pay attention, there is some drama going on in the next spot. This is fun to watch.
I haven't been paying attention until I saw it was 105, 105.
Whoops. Didn't know that is.
This is fun. Now that I'm settled in and relaxed a little bit more, I was very anxious for whatever reason.
You never know, just in terms of setup and all that. I mean, there's some hiccups and all that, but it's not too bad. All right, the Jets have their pick in. Again, I mean, the Jets are a team that they kind of go any direction, right? Edge, receiver, quarterback, interior defensive line, quarterback, linebacker.
I was looking at that. I mean, I don't know what to expect here because the Jets are kind of like in the Miami Dolphins. What they do, what is what they don't. Because they can kind of go any mismatch direction, right? So, and we'll find out here.
Kenyon Sadiq. That's a little out of left field.
That's a little out of left field, but it's a lot of fun. Kenyon Sadiq's an absolute freak of nature. His production is a little inconsistent. He's got some ways to go, but the idea of him, the physical capabilities, what you saw like Tyler Warren and Wilson Butler did last year, it's proving in the power of your product. It's proving you don't necessarily need years for tenant to produce like you used to. You can kind of expect these guys to produce really now. Is that a fair expectation going to the Jets and Geno Smith and God knows what's falling plays? for Alien Land the offense. But he should have a chance to at least gobble up some targets behind Garrett Wilson because no one else really had balls.
Now, this pick is kind of like, instead of having your salad, you choose to have the burger. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, sometimes you're supposed to eat your salad. I think the Jets need to eat more of their salads because of how not great that roster is. Now, that being said, the burger's going to fill you up and you still need it. And that's, I mean, he looks like an action figure. He ran a 4.3940. Even if you're watching it live here, you can see just like, I mean, these are mismatched nightmares. Both the Lovels and Kevin Warrens and the Bryant of the world. And his blocking is better than people get credit. Like, some people think he's a bad blocker. He's very willing.
I don't think he's an effective blocker yet. I'll say the same thing I said about Holt in Chicago for a while. Not a good blocker, but he's willing to try. But as long as you're willing to do that, eventually the rest is going to come with.
A couple of stats here that I think are comfortable. He caught 13 passes of 20 plus yards, which is second most of all time in the FBS. He actually played 488 years, 80 snaps, and so he was durable throughout his whole career. So he's not a guy that is a self-starter, and probably driven in. And I think he did his one game as an injury without one, and he only had one season as a starter. So, you know, he still was figuring it out. But that's not a bad thing at this point, especially because it's
It's not at all, especially when you have to be the football industry. He just turned 21 not so long ago. I could be wrong. But I feel like we have the ability to let him go into his role. Yeah, he just turned 21 in March. Like, so he's a baby. And he's already got that physical prowess, those traits. Like, that's something I think you're right to bet on the 16th pick of the draft. And now we are just waiting on the Lions pick to come in. So we're expecting that to be a cap.
I think it's Blake Miller.
Not Monroe Brady.
Monroe makes a degree of sense, and they still have their offensive line coach there. So the development could be good. I just think that Miller is plugged, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I agree. I just think Brady is a road Brady. Just ball. But we'll see.
What are you doing to my dog? Why?
You know, the weirdest thing is to go to the bathroom and hear your mother over the loudspeaker while you're peeing.
You don't find it motivating?
No, it actually stops the flow from it.
As a reminder, you have to take it 115. You want a prize. You might want to come up here. Otherwise, I'm going to give it to somebody else.
Probably the people who live with 8,000 tickets.
A lot of people give them out. I'll take a cup here. I'm not trying to have a gun. I'll take a cup here.
During your TV, and she just gave me a plan.
Ticket 34. You have won a prize. Ticket 34. Actually, that's one of the online people, I think.
Yeah, there it is. Chat for building the board.
Vikings no thanks. Oh, it's Jack. Who won? Hold on. You don't get that. Yo, James. What do you think Jack next? When do you see Jack next? Okay, never mind.
This is setting up nice for the Bears.
I'm going to assume I'm a great scout, liking Banks over Christian Miller, and that's why he went here. That's what's I'm gonna take
Oh,
away
the
from this.
Vikings are stupid.
I'm ignoring who took them. That's how I'm coping.
I'm coping with the fact the Vikings are stupid.
They don't count.
Had it been Rick Spielman who made the pick, I would have agreed with you.
Mason, I do believe you are correct in the line. We'll find out.
Oh, fix it. All right, we talked about this a little bit. We expect this to probably be a tackle, right, Danny?
Not to be a tackle, I think you're advice should have been. I think like where this. I think a lot of legal it makes sense.
But with Blake Miller, he's going to plug in and play that right tackle spot. And you're going to kick Peninsula left tackle.
Yeah, that was my whole concern was, I know he can do it, but would you want to move the best tackle in the game from his position because he walked in? Granted, he played left tackle, yeah, for it.
There it is. And that's it. Blake Miller, as we called, is going to be the pick here. Again, plug and play guy. He's not going to wow you necessarily, but stout in everything he does, whether it's his pass or run block.
Very, very solid left tackle. Like you said, plug and play. They'll go there for the fire, be cold. Honestly, as a Bearcat, I'm looking at the division. I kind of hate it because it would mean I made a good pick.
We also have an idea of what the Vikings pick is going to be, Danny. And while I like the player, it's going to be surprising.
It will be, and we'll get into why. We're into why when it's fully announced. You and I have a difference of opinion on the player himself, but I just wonder. There's a reason why. It's a physical therapy, exercise science related thing to be reasoned or something.
Yeah, like you said, we'll dive into it. We'll get into our thing. So obviously, being Bears making the NFC North, Lions taking much better. Other teams are going to get good players, but how do you feel having to go against Blake Miller now twice a year? How do you feel having to go against Blake Miller twice a year?
Well, like I said when you were, I mentioned it a little bit when you were talking. I don't like it because he's a good, solid football player. I don't know if he's ever going to be a star. That's okay. But I think he's got a requisite starting capital that you can build with and around for the next few years of foreseeable future. There's nothing wrong with Blake Miller. It's a good, solid football.
And the Vikings are taking Caleb Bates, defensive tackle out of Florida. Now, this is surprising because he has foot issues. He's broken his foot twice now. And he's
Within a calendar year, he's had a stress fracture on his foot twice. I believe it's the same foot as well. So, obviously, Mason, you're more over the IMD than you are the doctor for the therapy. Foot issues with big guys don't just actually disappear.
But look at that. The best with no shirt, that's a specimen.
That's what peak male performance looks like.
Here's my thing. While, yes, a stress fracture can be considered, and in some individuals, especially big men, recurring stress fracture can occur. They absolutely can.
I'm not saying he's going to end his career. I just feel like you're consistently going to see him with whether it be Achilles or something.
There are going to be compensatory things.
That's what I'm saying. And it's all loading once you start those stress fractures. It's going to be your calf. It's going to be your Achilles. It's going to be all these things that I worry you're ever going to see them on the field with any regularity. And it's not, no fault of his own. He's just an enormous human being. And it's probably his some combination of his genetic changes and walking and how he's physically structured and how he moves.
Absolutely. And look at this, maybe it's a bet on time. You're saying there is he might differ on that upside. Sure. But I think he's gonna pop on the pass rush. He's low guy is explosive look. I love how he uses his hands. He uses the, he's a long guy too. He can actually,
He's got true runs on.
so I think to bet on the upside that you can get in the building, that you can get that foot field under control. There's really, it also there's no exacerbation of the existing issue. So if you can just get that initial one help, he should be fine.
Sure, and that's fair. How many times do you refer to the guy getting the NFL and they were wearing the wrong size shoe, the wrong width of shoe?
And Jackson, the Jimbo.
That's why I bring it up, because Jackson with the Jimbo was wearing a shoe. So
Maybe a smaller shape also.
like, oh, he doesn't have hamstring issues anymore. That's weird.
So sometimes you get these guys with an NFL diet, NFL training, all these things, and all of a sudden.
Regardless, a lot of the same things I said about Payne Proctor coming into this apply to Caleb Banks as well. God, don't make him like he's a big guy who moves when he's smaller. He's got big long arms. He's powerful and strong. He's got a lot of things going for him where it's like you understand why he's kicked as high as he is, why he is defensive tackle one clearly in this class. But I'm always with guys that size. I'm going to be trepidation. The same idea of like when you take a basketball player who's 7 feet tall with the foot issues or the chronic ankle issues, because you just can't make someone less tiny.
No, that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
Now, obviously, weight's a lot different because you can drop weight. But Caleb's not short. He's 6'6".
We have a little bit of this sort of deal.
Regardless,
I think you're correct, though. But it's very fair. This is shaping up really well for
it is. And we're only a few picks away from the Bears being on the clock anymore. But the Panthers pick is no matter if you sit and wait patiently, you can have to do that.
Also, while we wait, if you have ticket 76, come on up and give it a try. Ticket 76.
Amazing.
Is it really you? Oh my god. That's crazy. Thank you, sir. It's reversible. And while we're at it, let's give away that Josh Giddey jersey. That's signed Josh Giddey jersey from the Bulls.
We have a Josh Giddey jersey?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Jake Gifford?
If you have ticket 59, 59. James. More back. Side Josh Giddey jersey.
Can this guy stop winning, please? That's actually cool, though. Josh Giddey surpassed all of my expectations of him this year.
Thanks again for the Panthers.
Oh my God. Carolina Panthers.
There he goes, Monroe Freeling, tackle out of Georgia.
So they were projecting what, 7 tackles to be selected in this first round, even potentially for the Bears are 5. Which again, I feel like bodes well for the Bears. But I think you and I actually lockstep while we differ on certain aspects of the player they should be looking at. And on the whole, I think you and I agree the guy at the top of the list should be Elmer Paul. 100%. Like, again, the idea, he is 100% the idea of him right now is currently.
Yeah, I was just straight their pick to the Eagles.
I bet you they're going up right now. I'm not sure.
The tackle that's happening, the Eagles want to get their own playing tackle.
And he's a right tackle only. Lane Johnson's on his swan song. Because tackle run did look crap. How he's going to get this guy.
I think it's okay. So Eagles are trading Cowboys. Philly receives pick 20. Dallas is 23, 114, and 137. I said this to you earlier today from raw. line. Stoutland, who was the Eagles' offensive line coach, and he was the guy that was credited for taking all these raw
King
players
Stoutland, yeah.
and making them into the Eagles' offensive line we know. So I'm surprised that they're that confident in their ability to take a. I'm not sure that's
Is it confidence or is it hubris?
probably because I also think that in my chart, the rawness is overplayed. I don't watch him and see that's a raw
I
play.
think it's overplayed, but it's also a concern.
I think it's both. Okay, we'll see what it is.
Let's see if we're even right on this. I think she's not. So AJ Brown is actually getting traded. That's a weak
That's your
answer.
answer. Now, here's a question for you though. You know who doesn't throw well over the middle? You know who doesn't throw well over the middle?
Rowell, you said?
Yeah.
I think you said Rowell. I was like, I don't know. I think it's like Makai takes his bone. The quarterback, Jalen Hurts struggled to throw between the hashes.
So I'm very concerned about this man who plays in the middle, who throws you by a quarterback that does not throw over the middle. It's Jalen Hurts.
Certainly is funny. Makes you think, does Jalen Hurts have an expiration date for Philadelphia? We already talked about the third quarterback talent as well.
I think what you do is you're saying we're not committed to we're not going to build specifically around Jalen. We're going to build the best football team we can, and we'll see what happens in the Washington.
Yeah, we will. So let's do active improvement history. I want to see who's left. Because I think we have 5 jobs. So I would say we had Noah gone, Benno's gone, Kate Proctor's gone, Blake Miller was just selected. That means there's 5. Right? Really just meant to be up Logan and Ian Osborne with the first round grades.
I'm trying to think here. The Chargers might be a surprise guard team.
The Chargers, Pittsburgh might go line.
Maybe, yeah, I think the line.
Remember, their left tackle just had set that over the neck.
So Eagles jumping ahead of a team like the Steelers, who are obviously like they were.
So my guess is Pittsburgh has been on to nothing but offensive line, whether it's Joanne or an offensive tackle. I think whether they just take the offensive tackle, they best feel suited, which either one of them makes sense. I'm just trying to do the math here. Like, what is actually going to happen? Because right now, there was only one player that I would be better at 25 for the Bears than Calvin Paul. That's Dylan Team.
That's a valid point.
And I
Remember, the Vikings were mocked as the team of the team.
I never thought Tiedemann was going to get there.
Here's the thing. Two things can be true at once. I love Tiedemann. I actually, earlier in the process, especially before the combine, everyone started loving him. I was like, I would actually like him in multiple players. But I have a hard time stomaching taking a safety at 25 when you have so much safety depth that's available in second and third.
I agree with that. I have a lot of trouble taking the secondary player in general because this probably gets to this point with the big issue on the defense. They built outside.
Yes.
Stop.
And you're still doing it if you take
And you take Tiedemann or you take, I don't know,
Emmanuel McNeil-Warren,
Colton Hood, Chris Johnson is a popular name to be knocked into the back of the first round. If you continue to build through the back and forward, you're going to continue to have the same issues and problems. You can't keep doing that. And I think that's where my thought process would override. That the first like Tiedemann, and I think he is maybe a better football player than maybe you can make on the line. At some point, you have to make the position different, right?
So I guess the follow-up to that would be, if you have to stack, how big of a gap do you have between Tiedemann and Paul? Like how many player difference on your big
I
board?
think they're probably close, but it's just
So it's only like 3 player difference.
call it 3 to 5.
So that may not be worth then saying screw it. We're just going to take the better player because the gap is not.
What is the thing is the dance of Like, I genuinely don't know what to expect because I think we've reached a point where we now know that the strongest voices in that building, yes, it's up Coles to execute what the plan is, but the plan is coming from the coaches.
Oh, so you're saying that Holmes is a good collaborator, and
I think
it's
Coles is still there on the
coaches.
job. Make no
Listen to the coaches.
Coles is still at the top of the job. Don't come twist about me.
But I'm just saying, in previous regimes, potentially, if the head coach was asking for bad ingredients, Holmes just had to find the best of those ingredients and put them in the chance.
What does Coles do well? We're not doing this today. We're not doing this.
All I'm saying is the coaches are he's picking the ingredients that Coach are asking for in this regime. Who's to say it didn't do it last
Maybe. Oh, okay. No, so yes, I think Coles is one of his great strengths is collaborating with his coaches.
year? Essentially to a detriment at times.
To the detriment, and I do wonder on many other aspects of his ability to go. Until further level. But I will say,
This is gonna take forever, by the way, because we're in Pittsburgh and it's a Steelers fan. So we're gonna be sitting here for a while.
oh my God, are we gonna get references to the '70s steel curtain?
100%. By the way, if you have ticket 94, come up and get your prize. Ticket 94.
Ticket 94. What do we win?
We gotta start getting rid of stuff so you get the double dip. You get this fun little like picture. And if we do go too far, you get a second thing.
You get a second thing within the small.
So you also won this. So it's a voucher. Again, you can use it if you're not totally up to you. For basically that testing, where you get all some fun numbers about how criticism, your injury, things of that nature. So I'm putting the work email on there. If you so choose to use this, send an email and we will set up a time and day that you can do all the fun testing. You're welcome.
Makes sense.
Congrats. All right, so let's play this out a little bit. Because, I mean, most of us here are Bears fans, so we should talk about some of the Bears process. And I just have weird. What is this?
Maplewood.
Kind of weird, fantastic, stable beard. So, we're assuming this is a tackle.
I mean, it really makes sense. After Roger Jones' injury, the fact that the run on tackles is really, really decimated the board. There's only two guys in the first round for these. And backs were matched. This is either Long or Ian Mitchell. So,
Sure, so let's pick the tackle in here. Let's move on to the Chargers. One of the needs we talked about is the interior line or tackle, or the interior line, but I know he's gone. There's been whispers that potentially a second interior lineman could sneak in. So does a Keelan Rutledge or an Emmanuel Pendon see, or the top this is on a lot of people report pretty high too.
I didn't personally like the Tigers, but also I had an offensive line to line, so big guys, so they great salt. I really like this because I love that he's a tough SOB, wants to be a bodyguard or a hitman for whoever he's protecting. But I think we now know that we see Maxie, not sure on the screen.
Actually, not for the Steelers.
So there's your left tackle, I would presume, with Roger Mills being hurt, or they pick him over the right side, up to his thing, and try and
I think you go to him. Here's what the NFL teams do. You want them to say, hey, we're going to pick a position as a rookie, you're going to get that position. They love on the offensive line to throw them all out there and be like, we're going to screen you and see what we can do, and then we'll set the best 5 win. And then, so I assume something like that. And he will get less reps at a tackle spot than he probably should. And as we're hoping that when the Jones maybe gets healthier, things of that nature. Sure. And then finally they throw him that spot finally in the process.
Sure. I actually really like this pick. I'm not sure it was like main hot for Bears fans for a couple weeks just to pick that one up. Again, regardless of my feelings on things, I understand why people do it. They don't agree with it. But happy for Max to kind of find his home. And now the city hosting the draft, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, we talked about the Eagles being, at least previously, a very good landing spot for an offensive lineman to hone their craft. The Steelers are so in there. Yes, there's going to be different coaching staff, but so it's just, we'll have to wait and see how it happens. But Steelers are known in general for taking, like a Frazier, right? And then turning them into, not turning them into, but having cultivate good offensive line play. Now we'll see who ends up being the quarterback.
This is going to be shaping up really interestingly because there's going to be
So many players that are sitting here.
it's going to be teaming in, it's going to be fall type thing. Logan might be there, unless Logan goes at 23 or 20. Cleveland.
Cleveland already took.
Well, Cleveland would probably take off the test. That's right, I think it's right.
Good they go easy.
Do they take? I don't know.
So I would say,
Dallas is taking 100%.
are they desperate enough to see the next right receiver in Omar Cooper for Cleveland?
I think it's. I can see it, but it feels rich.
Who else they have a receiver right now?
Well, let's see who the Chargers.
I think Omar Cooper's from the first.
Yeah. No, I think Omar Cooper is worth it, but just we're still like 8 to 10 days with it.
I've been on the record saying once next year ends, Omar Cooper might need rookies or second
Yes,
votes.
Dallas is taking that over.
Oh, it had to be messed up.
Yeah, have to go. Like,
I'm
I'm interested in the Chargers because this can be a number of players.
I really think as a guard,
I'm with you. I think now that the first 6 tackles are gone, I struggle with Logan on the first. He's not a good run blocker. And the thing that we know Ben and company wants to do is run the football.
well, the biggest thing I'd say thing for Harbaugh or in LA is, I mean, I don't think it should be a tackle pick, even though they could use it.
Right.
They can also go edge here, kill him after because he's getting older.
Yeah, that's just a possibility.
They lost,
Team Messador,
there we go.
sniped. Dallas is sniped.
There we go. But I just said that in edge in order to replace Khalil Mack. Because he's the last couple of years.
We know that Steele is the left tackle in Dallas. Is it possible Logan for Dallas to just take?
I think it's going to be sneaky and called the box.
That's the name I was worried about, or do they go to team? Move up safeties?
I think it's going to be defense. Just because
Sure. Yeah, I think they have to. I think they have to. I think they have to.
if it's not, I think so at this point, we'll bring up some of this here. And I think maybe a Zion Young or Lord sneaks up here. I don't think it is. I'm trying to talk about the ball situation here.
I mean, we saw the report earlier that Valentine Lawrence was really high on the board.
So, and that might be one of the reasons that they traded back because they thought
They had a big wait on it. I mean, take Allen high away from the Bears at this point. I don't think it is.
I just don't think that. I don't need. Not that he's a bad player, because I feel like he's still to.
No, I think people, especially I'm sure you get yelled at on Twitter or yelled at when we go through foolishness. That people just say, "Oh, I don't want him on the Bears." It's not that I dislike him as a player or we dislike him as a player. It's the fact that no matter how you get a lot of talent, you don't get coaches players they don't want. Right. Like there are very few McVays, Belichick's, etc. If you're elite Hall of Fame coaches that change the scheme.
Yeah, we had a conversation about this. Like, in a perfect world, I would like to. I'm gonna use Dennis Allen for ease. I would like to be able to say, "Hey, Dennis, this player is just really good. I know he's not necessarily what you want, but use him." But that's just not.
That's not the world we're living in. And if you're giving a player, a coach, or an ingredient they don't want, are they going to maximize it?
Probably not.
It's a very fine, hard balance, and I just don't know what the answer is most times.
By the way, another raffle ticket pulled. If you have number 136, come and get your prize. 136, get your prize.
That was Tom. You watch out. You watch out. So I'll get you the jersey when it comes in. What? That was the thing. I know that. You've already claimed your ticket. There's nothing else you can wait unless you buy more tickets.
All right, and give a little bit of a lull as we Cowboys picks. Let's do another raffle. 141, get your ticket. 141.
I had to say it right.
Again, 141. You have won a prize. Come on, get it.
Ticket number 141. Once again, ignore the first 5 digits on the ticket. It's just the last 3.
He handed him out. Hey, Mason. Good one draw up. Maybe draw again if it comes up in a minute. Just it's possible they just walk out.
Last call, ticket 141 before we redraw. Ticket 141 before we redraw. Last call.
All right, ticket 97. It's all you. Ticket 97.
See what it is? 97's right next to you guys. Oh, perfect. Got here, meeting. Welcome. It was nice seeing you. I was told I was going to get the pint glass.
I was saying that I'm like, well, that sucks. So like, hopefully she gives it to like an
Someone
athlete
else,
in
yeah.
life or like some dude, like, hey brother.
Oh, no.
What else do you have?
This gift certificate.
The girl? Why does this guy have so many kids? Yeah, I don't
Popular
think
name.
every guy's been famous.
It's a popular
He was
name.
literally like 6 or 7. Is that a thing? Or is that you?
I'm putting it out when I give this away. It's a gift certificate for that.
Okay.
All right, the Cowboys pick is in. If this is Kelton Bulk, I'll be sad.
I will be being sad to tell them.
Malachi Lawrence, we called him.
There it is. He was connected.
All knowers. And we know someone who's going to be very sad.
Oh, more than
Again, not a bad player.
Not a bad player. His back work is deep in terms of pass rush moves. He's just not a good runner. And the biggest issue with him in my estimation is I feel like his frame is already maxed out. With his
I
size,
agree with
you can only get him so much bigger. He's already 2.5. He looks filled up. He looks
that. I look at bodies for a living. Nothing weird there. You can just look at the person's frame, where their shoulders sit, where the kind of density of muscle they have. And you can tell like how much functional strength they can add. And I just don't think he can add it.
and it's one of those things. Part of the rugby that doesn't just want to and it's your size. How big and strong are you? You can't make someone's truncated core bigger and stronger to maintain an edge.
Correct. So we see those problems all the time. We see guys who try to add too much to the top or bottom line, and the cords can't support it.
Right. So and I wonder if that's the issue with Malachi Lawrence. I think he's going to be a fine player. He's in a good football.
This is a coup for the Cowboys. They Caleb Denver and now Cowboys.
They needed to fix the defense. I think they took some steps in the right direction.
I have a patient tomorrow with a Cowboys fan. He's going to be very excited when we talk about this tomorrow.
good for the patient.
All right, I said someone inquire about what I think will happen here with the Bears at 25 once Cleveland goes off the board. At this point, I think it's Keller's ball. Hubbard, edge. He's different than his talent profile. He's a stout run defender. He's one of the younger players in this draft, and he's got a lot of upside on his pass rush.
Defense. Probably edge. Probably edge. I think it's gonna be Keller's fault.
All right. The person who won this prize is just showing it to someone else because it's a larger item and they don't want it. So whoever comes here first gets the item.
I pulled one of the people who were like that had to ship things to, and he didn't want it to be shipped. So I literally said, whoever gets here up first, they get it. Whoever wants can have it.
All right, the Browns pick is in.
Which of course means, Mason, the Chicago Bears are officially on the clock.
So the Browns go to Spencer Fondo, right? What do you expect them to go?
Wide receiver? You mentioned,
I mentioned about Cooper, but you said that's true.
what about KC?
Do you prefer KT Concepcion to Omar Cooper?
I think Concepcion's a better football player. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
that's not high though. I'm not saying.
I'm not saying they're wrong.
No, I think Casey. I enjoy Casey Concepcion's film. Why are they lacking on this? A defensive end or outside linebacker, an edge defender. This one must be the most popular person in the world.
I got friends.
I don't.
Jeff, just walking into the bar, we got some professional rugby players here. He's gonna be around the class. Come on there. Come on
We
there.
got some real athletes in the building.
You're pretty big deal. Pretty big deal.
Great.
You guys out here?
She has the prestige of being the longest patient ever at a
I genuinely interested to see what the Browns are doing. It feels like a shitty offense anymore. I just don't know. I think it's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Goodell is walking up to make the
For you, Mariah. You could.
I'm Danny. So
He's my podcast partner.
Browns pick is in. Casey Concepcion, Danny, you nailed it.
I'm the best.
So why do you prefer KC to Omar Cooper or something?
I just feel like he's a better, more well-rounded wide receiver. He's smaller, but it's not like he's one of these guys you see in the slot. I feel like Fondo was that type of forward like Patriot and Jay of that year. where it's like you see Small, you immediately default to, oh, he must play the slot. I think basically Concepcion's got some deep credibility at least up outside the infield positions, and not have to worry too much. And he's not, like I said, not the biggest guy, but he runs well. He's got good route line. He's got good hands. You see what he can't put the ball right. He's willing to stick his nose on there and play hard. So I firmly believe you're getting yourself a really good football player who isn't relegated to slot only work the way some people would typically pigeonhole a guy of his stature to be.
You know, and all that is totally valid. I think slot only. I don't think he's slot only. I think he's slot 10. Maybe, and that becomes a dirty word nowadays. Slot only.
Oh, I mean,
slot heavy, but we've seen that, especially with formations have condensed. And you know,
I think it depends on the offense you go to.
Yeah,
So
I think that changes.
like, when you're talking about like Cooper Kupp made his bones in the slot years ago, going back to the fact that they were Bears Pirates. People tend to forget Brandon Marshall made his living as a power slot, catching a lot of balls closer to kind of the formation, like those freshmen in years 5 and the time he was here.
Good point. Well, the Bears are on the clock with 2 minutes to go here. I'm sure they're fielding some potential trade. You get some great offers here. But let's give away another prize here. If you have number 62, come on up. Get your prize. 62.
62.
Oh, most of them are like this.
So I know we talked about it, and as much as you and I would like Paul, when I noticed that Tiedemann was falling, it was worth having a conversation. And as much,
Did you look at something?
no,
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. No,
The depth is just bad. Okay.
so it's worth noting that yes, I did look. We're going to let him announce. Dennis Allen does not want 5 safeties. He wants
Rangy guys.
He wants rangy, interchangeable players. And while I disagree with the notion of building outside in, I get it when, especially even on my own personal board, I think the player that we're going to end up taking is a better football player, even if it is a small difference in ranking on the board.
No, yes. We already said this point, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. I just think that the drop off from, like, let's say, edge, or even maybe defensive tackle, I'm not Peter Woods guy, but you are. From the end of the first to the end of the second, we're going to be picking tomorrow,
Sure.
is bigger for those two positions than the drop from, let's just say, the drop for safety. Because there's like AJ Halsey, right? It was a fantastic safety.
The trade
Trade-
Keontae Scott.
Exactly. Those are all guys you can get in the second, potentially the third round. All right, 62, you don't get your prize.
So regardless of how this pick turns out, if it's
111, come up and get your prize, 111.
regardless of how this pick turns out, whether or not what I may have saw is correct or not, if it's Hubbard ball or the safety to one team, I don't think either one is a wrong choice.
No, it's not. At the end of the day, take the good player. Like I said, combine. Because combine didn't improve, right? He all of a sudden he was on people's radars. There you go. He was on people's radars.
Go away. Oh my gosh.
Shoot me an email, and then they'll send you a gift certificate for this place where you can buy your own bear or whatever hat.
Yeah, you already have tremendous hair. Walk away.
So anyway, to my previous point, I love the player. I talked about it early in the process, and then the world fell in love with him once he grew up the combine.
So here's the thing. I can't sit here and say I wish he was going to fall to the Bears, and then
Be upset if he
be
wants to
upset if he falls to the Bears because it's not the guy I ideally saw coming. Like I thought it was a nice thing that Hubbard fall. Here we are, the guy I really wanted to begin with after the combine is here, and not it, along with the defensive end, except now the. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a really,
No, I 100% agree with you. It's a weird thing where, like, I almost need, I think I'm gonna have to almost sleep on it. Where I was thinking about a couple players for so long, thinking that this guy was going to be gone. He was just out of my brain.
how long was he not top 20? If not top 15?
I think someone early had him to the Bears, and then that was the last time I saw him.
Yeah, he was not really early to the Bears, and then he went to the combine and blew it up,
and never made it past like
and he never made it past the Vikings. So here's the question: we're talking about, let's just use the Vikings as an example, right? So we're talking about, oh, we can't go outside in, and I think largely agree with you. I don't like the idea of building outside in. Would you rather have Caleb Banks at 25 or Dylan Keenan at 18?
don't see.
Was it?
Keep going. Go.
So you're coming away with a better football player no matter how you slice it. So it's a weird dichotomy. They're going to announce it, and we can tell you it is going to be the safety of Oregon. But I don't know, conflicted because I think he's a better football player, but it's the logic of how you're building out the roster that's frustrating. Even though I would defense no matter what I got.
Yeah. Okay. The Bears make their selection. We'll shut up and then we'll talk about it. There it is. Dylan Tiemann safety out of Oregon. A bit of a surprise. We just went over this.
A bit of a surprise in the best possible way.
In the best look, first of all, look at this man's sweat. It's dripping.
I mean, my rule of if you see a white safety on the field, just target him. I think goes out the window now. Like, my rule is always: do you see a white defensive back? Yeah, you attack him. It doesn't work for Dennis Tiemann because he's a great athlete and he plays the deep middle really well, which is exactly what Dennis Allen wants. He's physical enough. He runs the deep third. He does what you want him to do at the safety, and he's interchangeable with Kobe Bryant, which is the big thing they want.
And that man over there who won the jersey will get a Tiemann jersey once it comes in.
A Tiemann jersey. I want
Courtesy of Bear Boats. Little background on Tiemann, by the way, born August 8th. Great birthday. Fantastic birthday. Very close to mine. Third year junior. He's young. 21 years old. He'll be 22 when the season starts.
So he's still a football baby.
But he reminds me of Justin Reed. Watching him play.
I don't know who he reminds me of because I'm going to be the first to tell you that safety played kind of born supported me. I just know good when I see him. And Tiemann, the second you turn it on, it's obvious. He knows how to play the deep middle. He knows how to run the same. He can do a lot of things you need to do when it comes to safety play. He's a big enough guy. He is willing to come up and hit.
We're about to take a picture. Oh, I think you're hanging out. Right there too.
Oh, my bad. So just to give you guys a little background on Dylan, just some specifics here. Versatile athlete. He can play the box. He can play nickel. I'll take a picture here real quick.
Picture that.
Make sure to get my receding hairline.
There we go.
By the way.
All right. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Thank you for representing.
Thank you for supporting the show and coming out, guys.
All right. So again, to Dylan, good hands, good hand formation. He's a consistent tackler, 7+ tackles in 29 about 39 quarter starts. Reliable football character. He's a team captain 4 times in 2025. He played on punt coverage all 3 years. His weakness, his size is a little funky for a little bit. He's physically not going to get really any bigger for you. His burst is not huge, but at the same time, he has a better combine.
So I gotta say, as I sit here and think about it, since I saw a big tips on the Twitter sphere with a stupid bird app or stupid X app, whatever you want to call it, my pre-combine endings having watched him are starting to contact me. And it's our nature as fans to think that that's possible outcome, but I genuinely think they got probably the guy that was the best football player available to them on defense at this moment in time. Even as I do think that, yes, you have to build it inside eventually.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of players that seem to be lost. If you can walk away with a for the first round, and if I told you the Bears at 57 or 60 walked away with someone like either Dave Hopkins like Christian Miller. Those
If
kinds
you
of
told me they could get Christian Miller at 57, even with injury concerns, I think that's a good.
with that combination.
Yeah, if even Gabe, I think he'll be there. I think Gabe's a really good player. Yeah, he might go a little sooner, but if the rumors are true that we're seeing specifically Christian Miller fall because of medical flags that were unannounced to us in the public, and people have to understand when you get medical started, these teams have really more access to their medical on these players than the public will ever.
Oh, absolutely. So that's the thing. So with Miller, he has multiple injuries. High school he did early in his career. This is defensive tackle for Georgia.
Oh, not to cut you off, it's not a cool moment. Dylan Teeman is in the crowd fighting the Bears fans
And other people.
and celebrating with them. That's cool. It's hokey, but it's fun. You know.
As an ode to Dylan, let's give away what our final prizes that we have left here. If you have ticket 67, come on up. Ticket 67, come on up and get your prize. 6-7, that one. You want a pair of Crocs. Put in sport mode. Not his style, not his style. Caleb. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks for coming out, guys.
Thank you.
It's nice
Welcome
meeting
you
you.
way over there. We gotta get another game night. We gotta get another game night going. So we can probably start wrapping up here, but a little conversation about for tomorrow. What do you think? What's the most important aspect of this for the Bears for tomorrow?
I think we have to address the defensive trenches, number one. And then I really don't care if you want to use one of those 2 second rounders on it. Like, I know Ben wants his center, and I think anytime between 57, 60, 119, and 89, that he's probably going to get one of those guys.
You showed up. Not too bad, how are you? Yeah, the giveaways are going really well. The giveaway was exciting. We just have this. It's a little big. It's more of a sleep shirt. It's more of a sleep shirt, but you know. Yeah. How was the show? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my dog. Yeah, one of the 3. Well, we're wrapping up.
the markets.
All right. On behalf of the Bare Bones Podcast, thank you so much to Joel and Clear. You were an amazing host. Thank you so much to all the patrons here. Can't say enough about your hospitality. Okay, any parting words?
No, I appreciate everyone coming out to support, listen to our dumbasses on here. We put a lot of time and effort into this every week. I know it's sometimes hard for us to make things happen and do things like this, but I know we both need to have more remotes and have everyone come out if we can going into the season. But thanks everyone for coming out. In theory, it's been a hell of a time, even if we kind of started off rocky and cut a little bit of juice.
Go ahead. You can find the Bare Bones Podcast on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere. Just look up Bare Bones. We do in-depth analysis for the draft, we do previews for the games. We appreciate you to subscribe to the podcast if possible. Also, there's a YouTube page. Every Thursday or Friday, we'll go live with every podcast, especially when you do those previews. It's a really good content talking about the ins and outs of all the games. So YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, look up Bare Bones.
Look up Bare Bones, your house will be all on. Thanks. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks for coming.